Throughout time, the Amazon has held a reputation as an untouched and uncharted wilderness. However, this notion took a fascinating turn when archaeologists delving into the lowland forests of Bolivia's Amazon basin stumbled upon an exceptional revelation. Harnessing cutting-edge Lidar technology, they uncovered astonishing proof of an ancient and sophisticated civilization in the region that had remained hidden until then. Beneath the thick vegetation lay vast structures, including pyramids that stood an impressive 20 meters high. The artifacts discovered in the region provided evidence of the intricate and surprising way of life of the ancient civilization that once flourished in the Amazon area. This discovery sent shockwaves to the scientific community, as estimates suggest that the population of this previously unknown civilization reached its zenith, numbering between 6 to 9 million individuals. The significance of the Amazon region cannot be overstated. It is often referred to as the lung of the earth. Not only does it contain the largest remaining tropical rainforest on the planet, but it also serves as a habitat for at least 10% of the world's known biodiversity, including endemic and endangered plant and animal species. Additionally, its river contributes to 15 to 16% of the global total river discharge into the oceans. The notion of an advanced civilization flourishing in the expansive Amazon jungle is not a novel concept. To trace its origins, we must go back in time when the Spanish first explored the region. In 1527, Francisco de Orellana, a Spanish conquistador born into a prosperous and influential Spanish family, set out on an expedition in the New World of Central and South America. His pursuit of fame and fortune would last for decades. He lived in the shadow of more prominent figures, notably as a close ally of the Pizarro family, who were responsible for conquering the Inca Empire. While he remained a loyal supporter of the Pizarros and frequently accompanied Francisco Pizarro's half-brother Gonzalo on military campaigns and expeditions, their relationship soured when he seized the chance to explore the yet unmapped Amazon River. In 1540, he joined a perilous expedition departing from Peru, with the goal of uncovering the rumored wealthy civilizations thought to be hidden deep within the heart of the South American continent. Describing the journey as challenging would be an understatement. The expedition faced treacherous terrain, crossing the hazardous Andes Mountains and venturing into dense jungles. After months of travel, they found no signs of the grand civilizations they sought. By December, the expedition faced dire straits, with their leader in a state of desperation and the entire group enduring hunger and illness. Orellana, along with 50 men, was dispatched ahead to scout the region along the Coca River, located in eastern Ecuador, in search of food. After several days, they came across a friendly tribe settled at the meeting point of the Coca and Napo rivers. Orellana was eager to go back and inform the main group, but his companions were unwilling, fearing the challenges of traveling upstream and even threatening mutiny if they didn't continue forward. With no other option, Orellana reluctantly complied. They followed the Napo River until early February 1542, when they arrived at a vast, mighty river, which would later be known as the Amazon River. They spent months traveling down the powerful Amazon, documenting their remarkable discoveries in the writings of a Dominican friar named Gaspar de Carvajal. Carvajal vividly described vast settlements stretching for miles along the river, with enormous highways leading inland. These settlements were blessed with a plethora of diverse foods, including meats, birds, fish, pineapples, avocados, plums, custard apples, and even a beverage resembling beer. After more than 6 months of navigating the Amazon River and a year and a half since departing from Peru, Orellana and his party eventually reached the Atlantic Ocean, successfully concluding their extraordinary expedition. Back in Europe, Orellana's incredible tales elevated his reputation, resulting in his appointment as the governor of the newly found territory with the task of conquering and establishing settlements in the region. Sadly, his return journey was plagued by misfortune, and he was unable to find the mouth of the Amazon again. He passed away in 1546 without revisiting the great river. Surprisingly, major expeditions to the Amazon River were not organized for a considerable time after his death. It wasn't until the late 1600s that Jesuit missionaries began to venture into the region and establish settlements. However, they did not encounter the advanced civilization that Orellana had described. Instead, they found dense jungles and small, scattered groups of indigenous tribes. As a result, a consensus emerged that Orellana had been deceptive, and the Amazon he spoke of was nothing more than a mythical paradise. This belief was further reinforced in the 20th century when scientists noted the infertile soil of the Amazon rainforest, rendering large-scale agriculture, as described by Orellana, implausible. Notwithstanding this, legends have persisted about lost cities lying deep within the Amazon forests. The quest for El Dorado, the fabled city of gold, enticed numerous Spanish explorers to venture far beyond known territories, and tragically, some never returned. Among those who took these legends seriously was the British explorer Percy Fawcett, who dedicated his life to the pursuit of the mythical lost city of Z. The explorer became firmly convinced that this city, which he simply referred to as Zed, was immense, highly advanced, and the product of a magnificent civilization. On the 20th of April 1910, the renowned explorer embarked on an expedition into the Amazon jungle, marking his third attempt to find the lost city of Z. Little did he know that this would also be his final journey. Upon entering the Amazon, Colonel Fawcett, along with his son Jack and the third member of their party, Raleigh Ramel, mysteriously vanished. Very little is known about Fawcett's last expedition. Fearing the possibility of someone else reaching the lost city of Z before him, Fawcett maintained an extreme level of secrecy and even provided misleading coordinates as decoys. Numerous attempts have been made to uncover the fate of Fawcett and his companions, but all have ended in failure. The prevailing belief is that Fawcett's expedition either met with foul play, succumbed to illness or injuries, or a combination of both. In fact, at least one member of the group was observed to be lame when they were last seen. The pursuit of uncovering an advanced civilization within the Amazon took an unexpected twist in late 1992. Michael Heckenberger, an American anthropologist, impulsively decided to take a vacation in the Mato Grosso region of the Amazon River Basin in Brazil. By January of 1993, he had settled with the Kikuro tribe, where the chief, recognizing his knowledge, insisted he visit a site of significance. There, he saw an enormous ditch filled with small pottery shards, sparking his curiosity. Unable to resist, he abandoned his vacation and launched a full-scale investigation into the site. To his amazement, Heckenberger discovered that the massive ditch was just one part of a vast network of ancient earthworks and settlements stretching throughout the region. Some of these sites were even larger than contemporary communities. He became determined to map and excavate these sites across Mato Grosso. For 10 years, he dedicated himself to this work, eventually publishing his findings in Science Journal in 2003. Heckenberger's discoveries were beyond remarkable. He had uncovered 19 settlements, spaced approximately 2 to 3 miles apart, interconnected by roads up to 165 feet wide, forming a grid across the region. The areas between the settlements were carefully organized into orchards and agricultural fields. He estimated that these settlements could have housed between 2,500 and 5,000 people and dated their use between 800 to 1600 CE. This meant they were as populous as many European cities during the same period. The reason why these settlements remained hidden for so long, despite countless explorations and archaeological efforts in the region, was quite simple. The inhabitants had constructed their buildings using mud brick and wood instead of stone, which quickly deteriorated in the tropical climate and became buried over time. Without the guidance of the local chief, Heckenberger may never have embarked on this investigation. Back in 2002, an international team of researchers was established with the aim of examining the expansive geometric earthworks called geoglyphs, situated in the Brazilian state of Acre in southwestern Amazonia. These geoglyphs exhibited various shapes, including circles, diamonds, hexagons, and interconnected rectangles, with diameters ranging from 300 to 1,000 feet, outlined by trenches as deep as 20 feet. Additionally, extensive earthen avenues, measuring 165 feet in width and extending half a mile in length, were found leading to many of these geoglyphs. It seemed evident that a pre-colonial civilization, previously unknown to the international scholarly community, had constructed geometric ceremonial centers and intricate road systems. This ancient civilization thrived in the rainforest approximately 2,000 years ago between 200 CE and 1283 CE. Estimates suggested that the area might have supported a population of up to 60,000 people. Researchers unveiled a remarkable discovery of more than 200 geoglyphs spread across 150 miles, extending from Bolivia in the south to the Amazonas state in the north. Nonetheless, the researchers acknowledged that their investigation had merely scratched the surface, with one lead researcher suggesting that they had discovered only 10% of what actually exists. In the late 2010, a groundbreaking technology emerged, revolutionizing archaeology and offering unparalleled understanding of the mysterious geoglyphs. In 2019, a team conducted a helicopter expedition with the bold goal of revealing the full scale of an ancient civilization. They accomplished this by utilizing advanced Lidar technology, an acronym for Light Detection and Ranging. This technique involved outfitting the aircraft with a specialized laser. This technology operates by emitting a grid of infrared laser beams from the aircraft towards the ground below. These laser beams interact with the surface, generating a wealth of data points that can be used to construct highly detailed digital maps, revealing both the terrain and its hidden archaeological features. One of the most fascinating aspects of Lidar is its capability to digitally strip away vegetation, unveiling concealed structures beneath the thick forest canopy. Archaeologists faced a significant hurdle in the Amazon's thick jungle, hindering both aerial observations and ground exploration. However, Lidar overcame this obstacle by digitally removing the forest cover. Through this, they were able to swiftly explore expansive regions in a matter of days or minutes, a task that would have otherwise demanded years using conventional methods. The Lidar technology provided researchers with a wealth of astounding images, showcasing a plethora of previously unknown structures. Among these were rectangular platforms, conical pyramids, defensive banks, canals, reservoirs, and extensive straight causeways that connected numerous settlements of varying sizes. While these sites appeared hidden beneath dense vegetation during the aerial survey, the subsequent image analysis confirmed that they were, in fact, significant archaeological sites. The discovery marked a significant turning point in the way archaeologists perceive the history of the Amazon. Prior beliefs about Amazonia being inhabited by non-agricultural nomadic people were challenged as evidence emerged, suggesting that these ancient populations were, in fact, sedentary and engaged in agricultural practices. This realization represents a substantial step in understanding the complexity and unexpected lifestyle of the ancient civilization that once thrived in the Amazon region. Lidar played a vital role in Acre, where many geoglyphs were previously found, by linking information together. A study from 2020 disclosed that the geoglyphs and villages were structured around mounds with roads radiating outward, creating a design reminiscent of clock marks or sun rays. This interesting pattern led researchers to consider that it could have represented the indigenous understanding of the universe. The question of how they constructed such an intricate grid, resembling art from above, intrigued researchers. As they pondered this, another momentous breakthrough occurred, this time in the remote Llanos de Mojos region of Bolivia, situated between Acre and Mato Grosso. The area had its share of peculiarities, with on-the-ground archaeological research revealing mounds towering up to 70 feet and hundreds of miles of causeways and canals. However, due to its dense jungle and remoteness, these remarkable findings had not received the same level of attention as discoveries in other regions. In 2022, a group of archaeologists from Germany, the UK, and Bolivia, led by Heiko Prumers, unveiled the astonishing secrets of the region, causing a frenzy in the scientific world. Using Lidar technology, Prumers and his team identified 26 unique settlement sites, including two grand urban centers known as Landivar and Kotoka. These centers were organized around monumental cores, featuring large raised platforms supporting massive conical pyramids, each encircled by 3 defensive rings and rampart fortifications. Significantly, these urban centers surpassed anything previously found in Acre or Mato Grosso in terms of size and development. The surroundings of Landivar and Kotoka boasted an extensive network of smaller settlements spanning 200 square miles, all interconnected by roads and causeways. This intricate network included numerous canals and reservoirs, indicative of a sophisticated hydrological system that likely controlled water supply across the region. Unlike previous discoveries in Acre or Mato Grosso, where smaller settlements were relatively clustered together, the Llanos de Mojos revealed an entire urban area centered around the large city centers and suburbs. As researchers described it, this represented a unique form of tropical low-density urbanism not previously seen in Amazonia. During the pre-Hispanic period, the entire region was densely inhabited, which is hard to believe. This unexpected finding surpassed everyone's expectations. The scale and sophistication of the settlements, reservoirs, and defenses indicate a much larger population in Amazon than previously estimated. Numerous researchers have begun to estimate the population of this lost Amazonian civilization using various models. The commonly cited estimate suggests a peak population between 6 to 9 million people, while some argue it might have exceeded 10 or even 20 million. These figures far surpass anything previously believed about the region's population. The prevailing perspective of mainstream science has been officially and definitively disproved with the confirmation of the massive Amazonian civilization. This leads us to wonder, how did this civilization mysteriously disappear? The fate of this civilization remains to be explored, yet some deductions can be made. Chief among them is the role of diseases like smallpox and influenza, introduced by the European arrivals in South America. These illnesses wreaked havoc on the native populations who lacked immunity. The consequences were dire, with estimates indicating that from the 16th to the 18th centuries, anywhere from 90% to potentially 99% of the South American population succumbed to these diseases. Gaining insight into this historical backdrop provides clarity as to why there are no remnants of the once flourishing civilization. With the population experiencing a significant decline in just a few generations, the jungle overtook their settlements, concealing their cities. Constructed primarily from materials like mud brick and wood rather than stone, the evidence of their presence decayed rapidly, buried under the jungle's soil. When Europeans later explored the region more thoroughly, well after Francisco de Orellana's initial exploration, they encountered nothing to uncover, mistakenly concluding that the civilization had never existed. As more than 2 million square miles remain veiled beneath the Amazon's thick canopy, the pursuit of exploration continues, bolstered by advanced tools like Lidar and excavation techniques, holding the prospect of unveiling even greater revelations. Through the examination of these ancient societies, we are afforded the chance to delve further into humanity's past, and, in doing so, potentially draw insights that extend not only into our history but also into the trajectory of our future. What are your thoughts about this? I hope you like our story. Until the next one.